Welcome back to Oscar's Bonsai Farm. Today we got some Ficus carica. It's like a garden fig, edible fig. These are all cuttings. They've gone quite good. So what I did to a few not long ago is that I wired them. So like stuff like that into these two trees. So I'm just curious if I can take the wire off and they'll hold. It's been probably 3 or 4 weeks, maybe. But it's coming in, like we're into autumn, so I wouldn't expect them to grow much more. So we'll just take the wire off and we're just going to run through some other stuff I've got as well. So let's see if the wire will hold on this one first. You never know. So far, looks good. So I might plant these in the ground. So they'd be much bigger trees just to get a bit of use out of that twisting trunk. Well, it looks like they're going to hold their shape. Just starting to press in wire marks, so that's ideal to take it off right now. Just move that one. So we'll go on to this one. We'll take the wire off. Again, it's just starting to press in. So next year I might do this around Christmas time, defoliate it and see if I can reduce some leaf, because you can get them down quite small. So as you can see, it's held its shape. It's only slightly pressed in. So late winter we'll wire up some other ones, cut some others down, do a few different things. I'm very happy with that. I didn't think it would hold, been done only like roughly mid-February maybe. You can just see there's some light wire marks, but I would say they will disappear. I'll plant him in the ground, get him up to probably that size, do some trunk chop, maybe force some lower branches. So I'll just show you some other stuff, like a bit bigger. So this one, believe it or not, was a cutting. So when we prune down other stuff, we just stick it in a pot. Around Christmas time, I've had really good success where I am. Like, you can see how big that was for a cutting. And yeah, no problem at all. So the idea with this one would be, this branch and this will stay. And we'll cut through here, late winter, early spring, prune this back, get some back budding. This piece we'll put in the pot to make a smaller tree, so it's very useful. This one, this was an air layering from a tree we have much bigger tree obviously. So as you can see, you can air layer these things quite thick, no problems at all. So the idea we had with this one was to, you can see through here, we'll cut through this. Yes, this is the new leader. Cut this back here, get a few branches forming. That'll be the first branch because it'll be on the outside of a bend. As you can see, that will get taper from that to this to that one. This piece here, well, you can see we'll take a cutting here. We'll cut this off, put that in the pot, that will grow. And then we'll start to develop the main tree, which is quite a large piece. Then we go up to the next size. Might just move back a bit. As you can see, it's a very large piece. This was also an air layering. So you can look down there, you can see the trunk, how big the trunk is. We're developing this as a cascade. I think it'd be quite a big tree. It'd be about half a foot higher than what it is. But down over here, we've got these branches, two of them. We're going to cascade down, roughly go a foot below the pot, a big cascade. Not very common for a garden fig to be a cascade. So as you can see, that's a mature leaf compared to this. So again, we'll cut through here, that'll be the new leader. We'll cut this section off, leave a back branch. And any bits we take off, we'll just shove in the pot and they'll grow. We'll use them later on. So they're a very useful tree. You don't see many of them, but I quite like them actually. Alright, so I'll go get one that we rescued from a job site. It's quite large, so I'll be back shortly. So here's a large stump we collected. The base is about 40 centimeters by 20 in size. Hard to see through all this regrowth. The leaf on this one is quite nice, where some don't really form that sort of lobey sort of leaf. When we collected it, we cut it back hard to get it into this makeshift pot we made. And then we packed sphagnum moss around it. And we've got it in the greenhouse. And all the roots are growing through the bottom, you can see one over here. And it's growing quite well. So it's a bit hard to see what it's like. So we'll wait for this one to go dormant. And we'll select a few branches. So we'll develop it as a clump style. It's got a big saw cut down the middle, so it's going to have to be carved out a little bit, but they do rot a lot. So I think the stump will be a little bit tricky to work with compared to the branches, because we can wire these out obviously from what I've already shown. I'll show you a mature leaf. So that's a mature leaf, so you can see how small these can go. but they grow really fast. So I think you would have to do multiple defoliations and really be onto any quick growing section. Otherwise you'll just all of a sudden get a shoot like this and your ramification will be gone. But you know, they have heard the size of your thumb. That's not far from it. So, you know, they can grow that leaf. I can get it to that, I reckon. As for the size of the tree, I reckon a little bit bigger than what it is, and just a little bit wider. So just be like a nice dome canopy with some multi-trunks. So if you're going to want something different, these are quite easy to obtain. If you know anyone with a fig tree in their backyard, see that it comes anywhere from mid-spring onwards, beginning of spring. You can either take some cuttings, do some air layering. When you get to like Christmas, I reckon I could take cuttings the size of my fist if you got, and put them in the greenhouse, and they'll be successful. So yeah, they're really good. A bit underrated, I think, the old garden fig. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.